Tact is a knack of making a point without making an enemy. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. To every action, there is always an opposite and equal reaction. I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I study the Bible daily. My powers are ordinary. Only my application brings me success. We build too many walls and not enough bridges. What goes up must come down. It is the weight, not the numbers of experiments, that is to be regarded. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Truth is ever to be found in simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. Errors are not in the art, but in the artificers. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. If I had stayed for other people to make my tools and things for me, I had never made anything. To explain all nature is too difficult task for nay one man or even for any one age. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. All my discoveries have been made in answer to prayer. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. For if the things to be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy. If I've ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. I believe the more I study science, the more I believe in God. As a blind man has no idea of colors, so have we no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. You have to make the rules, not follow them. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. I keep the subject constantly before me and wait till the first dawning opens slowly, by little and little, into a full and clear light. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. The more time and devotion one spends in the worship of false gods, the less he is able to spend in that of the true one. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. To arrive at the simplest truth requires years of contemplation. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. If I'm anything, which I highly doubt, I have made myself so by hard work. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true, for if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. If I've ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. Physics, beware of metaphysics. When two forces unite, their efficiency doubles. I consider my greatest accomplishment to be lifelong celibacy. This most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. Sir Isaac Newton was asked how he discovered the law of gravity. He replied, by thinking about it all the time. It is the weight, not numbers of experiments that is to be regarded. Nature is pleased with simplicity. The best way to understanding is a few good examples. Nature does nothing in vain when less will serve, for nature is pleased with simplicity and affects not the pomp of superfluous causes. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only a boy playing on the seashore. We account the scriptures of God to be the most sublime philosophy. Hypotheses non fingo. I frame no hypotheses. There are more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. It is much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others that come after you, than to explain all things by conjecture without making sure of anything. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. The seed of a tree has the nature of a branch or twig or bud. Don't doubt the Creator, because it is inconceivable that accidents alone could be the controller of this universe. Genius is patience. An object that is at rest will tend to remain at rest. An object that is in motion will tend to remain in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. A passion for calculus can unlock new worlds. An essential aspect of creativity is not being afraid to fail. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. Forgiveness is the sweetest revenge. Nature is truly consistent and comfortable with herself. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits.